Chag Purim Sameach. Welcome to Weekly Parsha Thoughts for Parshat Ki Tisa. Before we start, click the subscribe button in your YouTube player so you can keep getting our new videos when they're published. And if you find you're enjoying this series, click the like button in your YouTube player to help YouTube know to spread the word to others. Let's take a look at this week's Parsha. In Parshat Ki Tisa, 40 days after the most awesome event in our history, God's revelation to us on Mount Sinai, Moses descends from the mountain holding the Shnei Luchot HaBrit, the 2 tablets of testimony. And when he gets to the bottom, what does Moses see at the foot of the mountain? The children of Israel, the Jewish people, are dancing around a golden calf, dancing around an idol. So what does Moses do? He throws down the Shnei Luchot HaBrit. He breaks them. Why would he do that? These tablets hold commandments that were written by God himself. Well, one might be tempted to answer that it was due to the children of Israel building and worshipping this golden calf, but a closer reading of the text will lead to a slightly different approach. First of all, one might have expected Moses to break the tablets earlier when he's still up on the mountain, immediately after God tells him, "Go down, for your people are corrupt. Lech reid ki shichet amcha." The next thing God says to Moses is that he will destroy the children of Israel. And finally God says to him, "And I will make you a great nation." But Moses doesn't break the tablets then. He not only holds tightly onto the tablets, but he actually begins to plead Israel's case before God. He is so convincing that God doesn't follow through on destroying the people. The 2 tablets of stone were thus fully intact as Moshe turned and went down from the mountain, relieved that he had managed to stave off punishment for his beloved nation. So now, although he's all set to give the 2 tablets to his people, just a few verses later, we read how Moses displayed anger and threw down the tablets that were in his hand, shattering them at the foot of the mountain. What happened in the interim? This. And he approached the camp and saw the calf and the dancing. Knowing that the calf was built still did not seem to set off his fury. Rather, his anger seems to have been kindled by the dancing. Dancing that continued even in the presence of Moses and the tablets. It is one thing to sin. It is quite another to continue sinning and rejoicing even after being caught in the act. Now, they had initially built the calf to worship because they saw that Moses wasn't coming down the mountain. Remember, this people were just recently slaves. They needed something tangible to worship. They gathered around Aaron and said to him, "Make us a god to lead us. We have no idea what happened to Moshe, the man who brought us out of Egypt." Although they should have had faith, okay, we get it. This was all totally new to them. They lost patience. They lost trust. And they also miscalculated. So they had the golden calf built. Yet when Moses came back down, instead of relief and joy at finally seeing him, and more importantly, the realization of their error, the children of Israel shamelessly continued dancing. What was their excuse now? How could they continue as if nothing had happened? They didn't destroy the calf. No, that had to be done by Moses. With no remorse shown and the dancing continuing, Moses felt that the children of Israel just didn't merit to receive this beautiful gift from God. Now, what's amazing is that in the midst of this revelry, with Moses approaching them, not one person left the dancing mob to greet Moses. Imagine, not one. This is the power of a crowd. How often do we find ourselves alone on the side of right, but afraid to speak out because we're in a throng of people who feel otherwise? Even when we know that their behavior or speech or thought process or judgment is completely wrong, do we have the strength to step away? Do we have the self-assurance to go against the wave? In this next week, let us remember the children of Israel and how they allowed themselves to be swept into the energy of something corrupt, even when they saw Moses return and they knew they shouldn't continue on that wrong path. Let us remember to be strong in our convictions, not to remain silent, not to allow ourselves to be swept into a crowd of people on the path of wrongdoing or wrong thinking. When we take a step away from the crowd in order to be on the side of good, that is integrity. That is strengthening our covenant with God, the covenant that will save the unity of our people. And that is priceless.
This week, members of the Song Shul observe Yortzeit for the following people: Minnie Prosser, Minna Bat Mordechai, mother of Lily Katz; Miriam Chinsky, mother of Janet Farkas; David Kapp, father of Leonard Kapp and Sid Kapp; Robert Masters, husband of Sheila Masters and father of Randolph Masters; Jean Gerechter, Shana Frimmett, mother of Bonnie Lillian; Harold Carl Strauss, Tzvi ben Heinach Verivka, brother of Mona Strasberg. May their memories be for a blessing, and may their neshamot have aliyot at this time. This week we celebrate the birthdays of these members of the Song Shul: Andrew Goldstein, Melissa Rausch, Peter Katz, Cece Poslins, Carol Shirkin, Jamie Majorovitz, and Jeff Hirsch.
To all those Song Shul members celebrating birthdays this week, we wish you all Mazal Tov. And to those Song Shul members commemorating Yortzeits this coming week, we wish you long life, Chaim Aruchim, and may the neshamot of your loved ones have an aliyah. We hope you had a great Purim. Chag Purim Sameach. It says, La Yehudim Haita Ora V'Simcha V'Sason V'Kar. And we sing and we dance. La Yehudim Haita Ora V'Simcha V'Sason V'Kar. And the Jews had great fun and laughter and light in their lives. And that's what we wish for you. Shabbat Shalom. Chag Purim Sameach.